there is a thing such as a perfect routine in a day that will make you fall asleep like a baby in 5 minutes. Let's get into it. So here's something that will help me describe it to you that well, but before we get into it, I need to show you something. We have two modes. We have a wakefulness mode for our brain and a sleepiness mode for our brain. So for wakefulness, we're gonna attach two signals to it. Light promotes wakefulness, but also warm temperature. So light and warm temperature are triggers that trigger our wakeful state of mind, which would mean that during the day, you want to get as much light and as much warm and hot temperature as possible because it wakes you up. It gives the signal to your body to wake up. For now, you need to know that light and warm temperature boosts wakefulness. So what does boost sleepiness? What actually can you do to make yourself sleepy in the evening and transition from that wakeful state of the brain into a sleepy one? Darkness and colder temperatures. I think we all know this. You know, where you're like sleeping in a room without the covers over the windows and without the blinds. It's much harder. And why is that? Because in the morning, just light goes through your windows and it wakes you up. Also, warmer temperatures. Is it warmer in the morning and during the day or at night? Pretty much everywhere. You don't have to be in deserts to see this phenomenon. When you look at the weather predictions and you want to check what the weather will be like, it always is at its minimum at like 2-3 a.m. and it's always at its maximum at like 1 p.m. 2 p.m. There is always that pattern where during the day light and warm, during the night darkness and cold. Let's mention some of the activities that we can correlate to light and warm and also darkness and cold. Okay, so I'm going to mark the left side with red and the right side with blue so you can follow it more easily. For the wakeful part, morning sunlight viewing. So looking at the sunlight in the morning. So that looks something like this. In the morning you want to face the sun, but not look directly at it. Just look somewhere beneath it on the side, but you want your eyes to be centered towards the sun, but not looking directly at the sun because, as you know, it's impossible. It hurts your eyes. So if it hurts, don't do it. Remember, for this exercise, if it hurts, don't do it. You want to do it from 5 to 10 minutes every single day. And if it's cloudy, you can turn up to even 20 to 30 minutes. But it's impossible to do it on most of the days, almost every single day. But if you skip it sometimes, it's okay as long as you keep doing it 80% of the time. This will trigger everything in your eyes and your brain that it's time to wake up and you're going to start your circadian rhythm, which will help you fall asleep later. So that's the first protocol. Let's get to the second one. It will be cold showers. And you're asking like, why cold showers? You said that warmer temperatures wake us up. Warmer temperatures in your body, so core body temperature must be higher. To increase your core body temperature, you need to have a lower temperature stimulus touch you on the outside of your skin because your body is going to compensate. Because it's so cold outside, it needs to keep your body warmer. So through doing cold showers, which you already may be familiar with, I'm not going to explain it to you. You can search on Google how to do cold showers and everything. Cold showers, increase your core body temperature. And at last, exercise. When you exercise, especially in the summer, because it's so hot outside that it's even easier for your body to heat up while you're running and while you're doing any type of cardio or maybe weightlifting too. So whatever you do, that's going to wake you up. Now we get to the sleepiness part. The sleepiness part is completely opposite from everything I've taught you here. What's the opposite of morning sunlight viewing? Darker environment. So turn off your lights in your home. Make sure there are no bright lights that are directly hitting your eyes because it's going to confuse your whole body and your system and your brain. They're gonna think, oh, what, is it day now again? So the first thing was darker environment. The second thing is warm shower. When you get a warm stimulus now, it's going to lower the core body temperature, and in order for you to fall asleep, your body needs to get at least 1 to 2 degrees Fahrenheit lower, and your body recognizes that as time to get to sleep. No exercise. You don't want to exercise or do anything hard and tough physically after the sunset, maybe even mentally, because when you think too much, you heat up your body once again. So now that we understand the basic principles of this wakefulness and sleepiness, now we can head into this one. And this is something I've made. You can screenshot it at the end. I'm going to fill it up with some activities that will promote sleepiness and promote wakefulness at the same time in the morning, because promoting wakefulness in the morning will help you get more awake. So let's say you get up at 8 a.m. That's your normal waking up time. Here you want to do sunlight viewing. Then what you might do is hop into a cold shower, and after that you may exercise. You don't need to do all of these things, but it's just what a perfect day would look like. At least you want to do one or two of these things. Not all three, it's not necessary, but it is essential to have this sunlight viewing every single day. After exercise, let's say you're going to have a breakfast, or maybe you eat before you exercise, not important. Now we come to 2 p.m. If you're a coffee drinker, you want to cut out coffee from around this time, because coffee stays in your system for 10 hours after drinking it, so it's going to mess up your sleep. It's still going to be in your system late at night while you're trying to fall asleep. You have a lunch here, maybe even dinner here. You don't want to eat too late, as you don't want to increase your core body temperature by digesting your food. Yes, digesting your food increases your core body temperature. So it makes sense that if you eat dinner late, you can fall asleep, because your body is focusing on digesting the food and you want to go to sleep to 8 p.m. Make your room darker. You don't want to be seeing any bright lights. If you need to use your phone, it's better if you don't, but you can live with it. You can try for yourself. I'm not here to preach you anything. You need to try for yourself. If the electronics interrupt your sleep, you shouldn't be doing them. But if it's okay, then you keep doing it. Just turn on the night shift and lower the brightness to the minimum and you should be fine. You can do a warm shower here. Again, not necessary every day. If you feel like it, do it. If you don't, just skip it. During this period of time, you'll be sleeping, and you should aim for around 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Again, you'll have to experiment with it. I've heard people can sleep for 7 hours and feel fully rejuvenated. That's not the case with me. I need to sleep at least 9 hours. You should experiment with yourself. Our bodies are different. Now, there's one extra thing I want to add before I end this video, and that is between lunch and dinner. What happens there? A sunset. So, sunset viewing. That is pretty similar to the thing we do in the morning. It's just one extra signal that we can add to just make sure your body knows what time it is. Because if it sees the sunset, if it sees the red light, so that's not something that is necessary and as important as the sunlight viewing in the morning. But if you can go for a walk during that time, so this is it. This is the perfect routine, according to me and according to biology. You can try, tweak some things out. These are some of the directions to keep towards and not obsess over it. Keep the most important things. You know, Pareto's law, 20% of the things here result in 80% better sleep. I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments if you improve your sleep.